Welcome to Lashback, everyone. I'm Natalyan.
And I'm Phoebe. And this week, I'm going to talk about funny sayings. Because Nat, you tell me.
Yeah, so we had to talk about this because, as most of the listeners and everyone knows, I live in America. I'm from London, where you are situated. And it's a daily affair where I say things that are, English sayings or maybe even London sayings that I have to explain. So I thought it'd be really interesting to have that conversation and explain some of them, and then you can tell me some of your experiences as well, Phoebe. I think it'll make for good listening.
Slang and cultural sayings.
Yeah,
Like we've got a lot of sayings in the English languages that come from Navy things, like learn the ropes and things like that. Loads of nautical terms.
yeah,
That I think, but it's humour really we're talking about, isn't it? Like saying you're chuffed.
yeah. I mean, I don't. Some of them we understand, some of them we don't. Like it's raining cats and dogs. Do you know where that comes from?
I do.
Cool.
So back in the day when we used to have thatched roofs, people would have four-poster beds because they'd be covering the bed because things would fall out of the thatch, and the cats and the dogs would sleep up there because it would be warmer in the thatch. And when it rained very heavily, they would jump out of the thatch. It would rain. It's raining so hard, cats and dogs have come out. But then, of course, in America, thatched roofs have never really been a thing, I assume.
Yeah, I'm going to use that one and see if anyone understands it. But there's a couple of things that I always have to explain, like even going to the loo.
Rather than the bathroom.
Or the restroom. I don't get the restroom thing because I don't want to rest in there.
I don't want to stay.
No. I just want to go to the loo.
Because it's like lavatory is a French word, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's kind of a
toilet.
Yeah, or WC. That's
or
a
the
European
water closet.
The closet, yeah. But I have
Which
to.
Is, I think, from American as well.
Well, this is daily. If I say I'm just going to the loo, I'm like, so I'll say I'm just going to the loo, bathroom, toilet. Yeah, that happens on a daily affair.
That's so funny. And then, of course, you've got like loads of Cockney slang things that even though not like go up the apple pears or I'm Hank Marvin. But like Marvin, it's that rhyming thing that's very specific to London.
Yeah, like I say I'm starving like Marvin.
To London.
That is very specific. Yeah, I say starving Marvin all the time and people just look at me.
Well, I've got my whistle on, I'm going out, whistle and flute, suit.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have even picked up on that. We're learning.
Yeah, there's loads.
Do you know the other one that is really funny to get misunderstood is if you say to somebody, because you've been out for a few drinks, oh, I'm feeling really pissed. They'll be like,
oh, yeah, rather than angry.
Yeah, what have I done? I'm like, no, pissed drunk. Because I'm pissed.
I mean, us Brits, we've got so many ways
of saying the same thing
about being drunk. Haven't we? Like, in fact, any you can use any word to say I'm drunk. Leathered. It would work if I'd said to you, "Oh, how was your night?" So I've got absolutely trousered. You know
trolley.
What I meant.
Trolley.
Trousered. Nobody says trousered. So I was. You make anything up. So I got absolutely framed, mate. I got absolutely pictured. You'd know, wouldn't you? Got totally confused.
I got completely. I'm trying to think. Your ones are fantastic. Trolleyed is the funniest one because I've explained this to my American friends. They're like, "Why do you call it trolleyed?" And I'm like, I don't really know, but what I can think of is, and this is probably made up, that a lot of trolleys, which they call shopping carts, are all over the place because of the wheels are really bad. So you're trolleyed, but they don't call it trolley.
Or youthful pastime of the 1980s, nicking a trolley from the supermarket car park and pushing your friends around in it really drunk.
And trolleyed. Taking it home for the night.
Somebody had to wheel me home. Yeah.
It's our fault why you have to put money into the trolleys in the UK now because of the 90s kids. But they call it shopping carts. When I say trolley, Americans don't understand what I mean.
So I remember like when online shopping first became a thing, add to cart. Now some websites say add to basket. That I understand because I'll go to the shop and I'll pick up a basket and I'll fill it up when I go around. But like add to cart, that was a word for me that was about online. But what cart?
Yeah.
There'd be a picture of a trolley and I'd go, okay, cool, it's a picture of a trolley, so whatever cart. But that's clearly where I need to add my. So yeah, it's a very American thing, isn't it? With, shopping
completely. The other funny one is if I say, so you'll understand what this is. If someone's kind of giving it all that, Charlie Big Bananas, that's another one. Being Larry.
I've never heard that one.
Charlie Big Bananas, yeah. And you say, oh, wind your neck in. I've said that to a few American friends. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, it means wind your neck in. Like, go away.
Because you're up in my grill.
Because you're up in my grill. Oh,
Up in my grill, man.
You know what we should do? We should go out one night and we're only allowed to say things like that in every sentence.
It's like that could be a really good drinking game, couldn't it? Not that I'm condoning drinking games, kids, but also like you could, if you only talking cliche, and if you say something that isn't a cliche, you've got to drink.
You've got to do a shot, and we should video it as an episode, a very long episode, or loads of grills. Do you know the other thing? Do you know the other thing? Sorry, it just popped in my head because it happens every week. From a business perspective, when I say, okay, let's have a meeting in a fortnight, people don't know what that means.
2 weeks.
Yeah, that's very British.
Oh, interesting. I always get confused with like bi-monthly. Does that mean like twice a month or every other month?
I've had this comment, bi-weekly, bi-monthly. To me, it means, so if I say bi-monthly, I mean twice in the month. Whereas it can mean to some people every other.
You and me would argue about that.
There's some, we're definitely, are we different there?
Yeah, every other month. We're just safer than sorry. Every other month. Because bi-monthly means biannually. Oh, but wait, biannually is...
twice a year. See? You're wrong.
It's doing my head in.
It's doing my head in. Doing my nut in is what I've said a lot. So in the UK, nut means head. So doing my nut in.
Yeah. Well, you nut someone.
You're noggin.
Yeah. Doing my head in. I think that's like a 90s term. It's like, or like a 60s thing, frying my brain, man.
Well, no,
like, like, shut up.
Doing your head in is probably from like the 90s Oasis era.
Yeah, some kind of, because then there's also that whole like it can't be arsed.
No, I can't be asked. No one understands when I say that either.
But in America, do people say arse at all? They do, don't they? Arse is an American word. Sorry, YouTube, we're not meaning to say. Ass.
We're arse, so we are ARSE as opposed to ASS. But I don't think I've ever
bothered. How would an American say can't be bothered?
Can't be asked is never understood when I've said that, and I've never heard an American say that. So I'll have to do my homework on that one. The other thing that's interesting is bloke. So bloke to them is like a really, really old man. Whereas to me, I'd go in a pub.
Really? It's like a geezer.
Yeah, or a geezer, bloke or geezer. Sorry, they think it's like a really
lad.
Yeah, so if I said I was going on a date with a geezer, they'd be like, really? And I'm like, what? No, if you go into a pub in England, you say that guy's a top geezer, he's just a top bloke, he's a top man.
Even.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
What, geez, how you doing?
Right, gaze. And he's like, the guy you might want to date because he's cool. That's how I've always seen geezer. Because you wouldn't be a geezer.
A bit dodgy. But that's okay, yeah. He's nice.
A dodgy is another one. Dodgy
geezer. He's a
but
dodgy geezer.
He's like cool, Lost the plot.
Probably tell you something.
Yes.
Stolen off the back of a truck or whatever.
Lorry.
Lorry. Yeah, lorry is the English word, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It means, yeah. What about lost the plot? No one understands that when I say that. Oh, I've lost it.
Really?
Mm.
Lost the plot. I think that's probably quite southern. But then those words make sense. To lose something, and then a plot being a story.
The story, I've lost the plot.
Or a plot of land. What about it's sort of an allotment, mate?
I've lost me a lot.
Sure. I mean, that's a great convention. That I always think that's great. He's one wafer away from an ice cream. He is.
Oh, I love your Cockney accent. What about it's chucking it down? People always laugh when I say that. So not raining cats and dogs. It's chucking it down. Yeah.
Chucking what?
Chucking.
But it's chuck. Chuck's not much of an American
it's
word.
It's chucking water.
Water. But then to throw something isn't. You wouldn't say chuck in America, would you?
No. Whereas I say I'll chuck it here. Yeah, that's right. Chuck it here or ear. Yeah. Oh, there's just so many. Core blimey. I do say blimey a lot. Not core, but blimey. I don't really know what
that's blasphemous, isn't it, in the olden days?
Yeah,
you're blind me.
Well, actually, I say oh my God a lot, which people don't say here because of religious reasons. They'll say oh my gosh, and I've realised. Yeah, I'm like, when I watch English shows or movies now, I always realise they say it as well. So it's definitely a cultural thing, and we don't mean it, in a blasphemous way. It's just
but we tend to. I think us Brits tend to allow swearing.
Yeah.
It's not as offensive. I mean, some people get really offended by it, but like this. CRAP. I don't know what YouTube thinks about these words, so I'll spell it. There's kind of lower swear words, which are, kid could say.
We don't see that
as okay in the States. Not okay in the States. Fine here. The big ones, the F word and the big C word, they're pretty. I remember being up north once and saying, oh, that's calling somebody a TWAT, and then being like, oh, that's the most offensive thing ever. Like the rub between North and South England, and down south in England, twat is like a completely, but it's as bad as the C word up north. It's as bad. It's like really offensive.
It's a cultural thing, isn't it? It's a cultural thing, and I think that one thing I wanted to just ask you is because you probably know this, she's the bee's knees. Where's that come from?
I don't know.
I have to figure that one out.
Is that Cockney rhyming slang with Queen or something?
Bee's knees.
Hey Siri.
I don't know. Well, let's ask the listeners.
Yeah, where does it's the bee's knees, the mutt's nuts, top notch.
Top notch. I love that.
Top notch.
Let's
see. That's a nautical frame to notch.
Yeah.
Something. Put it on the top one.
Well, let's leave it here and ask the listeners if anyone knows where she's the bee's knees comes from. And I'm sure we'll talk about this again because as we go through life, we always talk about things that we experience. So I'm sure we'll talk about this again. But let us know, listeners, if
I just looked it up. I know the answer.
Don't tell me.
Okay.
Let's see if someone knows it.
See you next week, guys.
See you next week, guys. Thanks for listening.